and welcome back. Today let's talk about Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Fantastic book. 5 stars, highly recommend it. I'm not going to talk today about the summary of it. There's no spoilers in here whatsoever. I am going to talk about Taylor Jenkins Reid more and the characters in these books. Now, I must confess, I'm probably a self-help junkie. I love self-development. I love things about your mind, philosophy, but I also love fiction. And if you pay attention to a good author, which Taylor Jenkins Reid is, some of her one-liners, it's just fantastic. I'm at a loss for words, so let's get right into it. Daisy Jones and the Six is about a rock band in the 70s, 80s. And there is obviously Daisy Jones and 6 other members. 2 sets of brothers. One of them's married. I loved this book so much, I also got it in Audible. And the Audible version is great. I listened to Audible after I read the book, so I already knew it, but it was well worth it. It was an ensemble cast and the voices, fantastic. The whole book is done in the style of an interview. So somebody is interviewing the band and this is their answers to certain questions. Karen said, "Men often think they deserve a sticker for treating women like people." Now, if you're a feminist, that's funny. Now that's in the 70s. So of course, maybe women weren't treated like people, but there is definite truth in that statement. Karen also said on page 37, "That's the glory of being a man. An ugly face isn't the end of you." Like truth, so much truth in that statement. Men get distinguished as they get older. Men's gray hair is character. For us females, it's a little bit different. And it's just funny that she said that. This is Graham, the brother to Billy, who's one of the main characters. And he's doing something mundane. And he said, "Actually, it wasn't that fun. It was just that I was happy. Everything seems fun when you're happy." So true. Life just seems more fun when you're happy. Everything. Cleaning the house is more fun when you're happy. Just driving the car is more fun when you're happy. When you're happy, life is just better. That's so true. And then Billy is talking about somebody, another person in the band. And he says, "Some people needed to feel heard, whether or not you actually listened to them." Which is true. I mean, as a female with friends, sometimes people just have to vent. They just want to vent, and then they feel better for it. They just want to feel like you're listening to them, that somebody understands, maybe even if you're not really listening to them. This is what Daisy said, and this is like a truth bomb. "I used to care when men called me difficult. I really did. Then I stopped. This way is better." I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what people think of me. I think everybody always cares. All these self-help books, they tell you don't care what people think. And it really, really helps in life if you stop caring so much about what people think. Now, Daisy and Billy were talking and Billy was going on about something and Daisy says to him, "Stop, Billy. It's a good song. No disclaimers." No disclaimers. We always have disclaimers. Somebody says, "Oh, Michelle, your hair looks nice today." And I'm like, "Oh, really? I didn't even wash it today." A disclaimer. Just say thank you. If somebody is over for dinner and you're serving them something and they're like, "This is great," you always say, "Oh, really? I think it's a little bit overdone." Or no disclaimers. No disclaimers. Just invite those compliments in. Invite them. You are good enough. You don't need any disclaimers in your life. That is good life lesson from Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is pertaining to relationships, marriage, Billy and his wife. This is Billy's wife talking. It's hard to explain because I really do think it defies reason, but I knew him well enough to know that he could be trusted. And I knew that no matter what mistakes he made, no matter what mistakes I might make too, that we would be fine. I don't know if I would have believed in that type of security before I had it. Before I chose to give it to Billy. And by giving it to Billy, I gave it to myself. By saying to someone, no matter what you do, we're not over. I don't know, something about that relaxed me. As far as things go, that whole sentence, that whole paragraph spoke to me about marriages. I feel that way about my children, of course. No matter what you do, I will still love you. And that must give them, that's unconditional love. That is the definition of unconditional love. No matter what you do, we are not over. And there is security in that. My kids know that they can always come home. My husband knows no matter what, we are not over. There is some security in that. Lots of security in that. That is true. The next one is about Billy talking about Daisy, who's singing a song and not singing it correctly and giving up. That's the problem with people who don't have to work for things. They don't know how to work for things. That is just another truth bomb. If everything comes so easily to you, I feel then you don't know how to handle the hard times. If high school comes super easy to you and there's no struggle, there's no study habits, there's no skills, then you go off to university, college, and it might just backfire because you have no idea how to study. It's not always a good thing if life is too easy for you. Of course, we all want to have an easy life, but sometimes if it's too easy, you cannot handle the bad times. You just have no concept of how to handle the bad times. Billy again talking about his marriage. I shudder thinking about it, about the time, how I could have made one small mistake that would have thrown my whole life away. One small mistake, and that's true. One small thing, one car accident could throw your whole life away. One bad decision could just change the trajectory of your life. It's not always the big things in life that are monumental and change things. Sometimes it's just the least thing that you just least expect, and your life goes sideways. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way, but it's the small things that get you. It's the small things. This is self-help, self-development gold. History is what you did, not what you almost did, not what you thought about doing. Take action is what it's saying. Well, that's not exactly what they're saying. It's your thoughts. If you think about doing something bad but you don't, it's your action that matters. That pertains to this book. But in other things, I want to start this YouTube channel. I can think about it forever. History doesn't care what I think about. History cares about what I actually did, what I took action on, what I executed. That's what matters in life, for the good or the bad. Just a couple more here. There's so many. This book is just filled with self-development, self-help gold, truth, statements that are just like, of course, that's exactly true. I talk about this all the time in the book Chatter, in all about your self-talk. Daisy says, I'll tell you, if a friend lied to me the way I lie to myself, I'd say, you're a shitty friend. The things we tell ourselves, we lie to ourselves. We say horrible things to ourselves. So much truth in that statement. We could talk about that statement for a long time. And I do talk about self-talk all the time, that voice in your head. So those are some of the self-development, self-help nuggets that I got out of Daisy Jones and the Six. Wonderful, fantastic. It was in Reese's book club. It's not just your everyday average novel. The story is fantastic, the way it's written is fantastic, and I highly, highly recommend it. Sounds like someone's at the door, and my little alarm bell here is going off. I gotta go. A strong theme throughout the whole book is that recollections may vary. Memories vary. People's experiences of the exact same event varies. That is true throughout all of life. It's true for everybody. Your recollection and my recollection of the exact same event may be polar opposites. We see the world through different lenses. Your lens may be colored by your age, your gender, your experiences in life, your traumas, your happinesses. Everything changes the lens with which you see life, changes the lens with which I see life, changes your memories. That is very strong and sort of a humorous part of the book too. Three different people, 4 different people describing the exact same event, completely different memories. Fantastic book, highly recommend it. In Audible, wow. If there's ever a book that you want to listen to in Audible, highly recommend it. Print version also. You get so many, look at that, you get so many things out of the print version you missed with Audible, and you get so much out of the Audible version that you miss with the print. I can't recommend either one more highly than the other. Fantastic, you'll love it.